If you're seeing this, you know what time it is. We are back on YouTube, people. We are back with the Truth from Mr. Cooper series. We will be doing a lot of stuff on here, different than we did last time. Anybody who is watching this, you probably know that I only did little rants and things on YouTube, on Facebook, and then I did upload some to Facebook. This time around, I will just be uploading them to YouTube and just going from there. So the channel will have, like you see right here, we're going to be doing a reaction for this first test video. This is just one of the rants that I do back in the day. We will be doing food reviews. Hopefully we will get to me interviewing people as well as podcasts. That's kind of what I would like to get to, but if we don't get to that, then we don't get to that. But we're going to start. So without further ado, let's start the video. As you see, this is one of my older videos. This is from June 2nd, 2010. So the video that we are watching here is, this is the 7th blog zone. I used to call these blog zones. I don't know why I did that. 7th one I did. And what we have here is me just discussing my first day. I believe this is not my first day, but I think this is probably my first or second week delivering pizza for Papa John's. It's a good little story behind this as well, regarding this, but let's just get to it, and let's just start this from the beginning. So hold on. Alright. Hey, what's up? This is Raymond Cooper. This is Truth from Mr. Cooper. I think this is probably a blog episode, I want to go 7. Not to pause this already, but I remember I swear I watched these videos like maybe 5 or 6 times already, just to see what not to do and what to do on future videos. One thing I definitely noticed was making sure that my phone wasn't on, because when you hear it throughout the whole video, you will hear what the deuce, a little Stewie Griffin thing throughout the entire video. So what I make sure now is phone is on vibrate for the entirety, so you're not hearing that. Let's continue. And so I'm gonna go 7. Yeah, it is 7. You might wonder, like, why is he wearing that? Why is he wearing the Pizza Hut hat? Because that's where I work. And that's kind of pretty much the basic and concept and like subject of today's blog. It's just pretty much like my confession and like things that I've already been through being a delivery driver at Pizza Hut. It's like it's a good job. It's a good gig, I guess you could say that. I mean, I make good money. I mean, it's only been delivering pizza like two times. I mean, I get good money, I guess you could say that, for a part-time summer job. Now, anybody who is around my age, I'm about 31 years old, be 32 in December. What you're actually hearing in the background is not my phone. It is my AOL Instant Messenger. That shows my age, because I used to be heavy, and I think a lot of people I know were heavy on AOL Instant Messenger. So what you're actually hearing is the AOL Instant Messenger, which will be another thing that I will be not doing. Is when I am making these videos, when I am making these reactions, when I am making these reviews, only sounds you will hear is from me or the video. But let's continue. It's just like this is the thing about it. This is the thing about it. Yesterday, I will tell you a little bit about yesterday. Yesterday, I go deliver this pizza to this old lady, and like as soon as I get there, I go knock on the door, and she doesn't answer. I didn't know she was an old lady at first, and I'm like, all right. So I knock on my door, I knock on the door, I knock on the door, I knock on the door. She doesn't pick up. So I go back to my car, get my cell phone. I call her up. I'm like, hello, hey, this is Trotwood Pizza Hut. I'm at your house. He's like, oh, okay. And so she was like, I'll be out there in a minute. And so she comes out there and she's like, why didn't you ring on the doorbell? Now, okay, side quote. How many houses do you actually go to, and when you see those old crusty tore up doorbells and they actually work? Not many. You never see that many doorbells that actually works.
If this ain't facts, I don't know what it is. Because the house that we live at now, I didn't think the doorbell worked until we actually had some delivered, and it actually worked. But that's just me. I thought when I see old doorbells that haven't been touched in a long time, I'm thinking like, okay, this must not work. So
I was like, well, ma'am, I didn't know that your doorbell worked, so I didn't ring it. So, well, maybe you should try next time. I'm like, all right. I didn't want to even argue with her because there's no point. She's a customer and I'm just a delivery. So I'm like, all right, ma'am, your code came up too. And before I even said your total, she was like, I know what it is. It's $12.50. And I was like, ma'am, no, it's $12.60. I mean, that's a dime to dime, money's money. And she's like, oh, well, let me go get some pennies. This is what I don't like about, this is one thing I don't like about delivering pizzas. You know that we're going to be there at a certain time. Be ready. Be home. Okay, and I was talking about being home. Be ready. So she's like, let me go get some pennies. So I'm holding this hot ass pizza in my hand like this. And I'm like waiting for her. And so then eventually I just take it like a handle and I'm waiting for her. And so I'm like, okay. She's like, I think these are 10 pennies right here. I'm like, alright. So I'll get back in the car. I go all the way back to Pizza Hut. And then I'm like, alright, count it. She only gave me 9 pennies, but the good thing is one of the pennies was a dime. So that worked out. And I got the pennies to myself. But tips are tips. That's one thing about delivery. Like, tip are tip. I don't care if I get a penny. I don't care if I get coin, dollars, whatever. Tips are tips. So, and then, okay, so that's about being ready. Being home. I think it was my third or second last delivery of my day. I went there. I went to the house. Knocked on the house 3 times. Wasn't there. Called the people. Right before I call the people, here they come, zooming in an SUV, come to the house. And so the lady's like, oh, how long have you been? I didn't want to be like, oh, well, I've been here forever waiting for you. I was just like, nah, ma'am, I knocked a couple times. He's like, oh, okay, my bad. And I was like, it's okay. When in reality, it's not okay. Be home. I got other stuff to do. I have other deliveries to make. We get penalized sometimes if we don't get back to Pizza Hut on time. So I'm like, come on, let's chop, let's get it.
I don't know if anybody's ever delivered pizzas. Like whoever ended up watching this, I don't know if who's ever actually delivered pizzas, but this is like the first job. This is probably the second job I ever had. The first one being Burger King, and then this was like the second job I had. Delivering pizzas at that time sucked. One, because the car I was driving a '93 Cutlass Sierra, so that sucked because I really didn't have anything to plug in the car for deliveries with the GPS system. So I literally had to make sure that my phone was charged at 100% the entire time. The other thing is, this made me really like have compassion for delivery drivers, people who are work off a tip, because you will literally deliver, and I'm not lying, I'm not joking when I say this, you will literally deliver let's say like the $10 box. Let's say you're delivering a $10 dinner box, and then with tax and delivery comes to about $12.60. You will literally deliver that, and they will give you $15 and ask for their change back. And you're thinking, wait, I just drove probably 15-20 minutes just to get here, and I'm not getting anything back? Well, that's not the one reason I stopped working here, but yeah, sometimes people were very, very stingy when it came to tips.
So I mean, that's good. But then I'm like, but my thing is, I'm waiting for that big tip. I haven't got that big tip yet. So I'm waiting for that big tip. That like,
spoiler alert, never get that big tip. Never. I think the biggest tip I ever got the entire time I worked at Pizza Hut was probably $2 on like a $25 order.
That $10, $15 tip.
Nope, never
So, I
happens.
mean, that's what I'm waiting for. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, driving is good. You make more money than everybody else there because you're driving, and you get gas compensation and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a good thing, and it's the ups and downs of being a delivery driver. And I mean, that's cool. So I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I like it. It's I work today, so I mean, this be up pretty soon. But let's see. I also want to talk about is like the last blog about opinions and views. I really wanted to say.
Okay, so we're just gonna stop that there because I believe the last 2 minutes of this is me talking about a different blog that I did, and once again, this video was literally 10, 11 years old. So how I thought back then, how I did things back then is obviously not who I am now. The reason why I'm reacting to this video was because this was the highest viewed video before I stopped doing blogs. But the funny thing about that job was, and this is like story time, I kind of like to integrate, if a story does pop up in my head, integrate that into the video and make that part of the reaction. That's kind of what I want to do here. But I actually got fired from Pizza Hut. Maybe a week after this video came out, I got fired from Pizza Hut. The reason I got fired from Pizza Hut, I would say 90% wasn't me, 10% was me. So the 10% I'm saying was myself was just due to the fact of when I went to go deliver a pizza, I took a check. Now, granted, you probably thinking to yourself right now, Raymond, you know that that's not how you do payments. Granted, I was 20 at the time, so I wasn't thinking. When you replay it back now, when you say things like this out loud, you're thinking, well, no shit. Like, clearly, why would you take a check? So I ended up taking a check. I went back to the store. The manager was like, nah, you bullshitting me. He took the pizza. So I'm like, all right, this is my fault. So I drove back to the place. The guy wanted to pay with card, but every time he called back into the restaurant, the manager there just wouldn't pick up to take the call. And he even told me when I came back, when I came back from trying to get the payment, he goes, yeah, I knew he wasn't going to pay, so I didn't even bother picking up. So I'm like, okay. So the guy was already eating the pizza. I took whatever I had left. My manager just told me to take whatever he had. So whatever was already ate, then that's it. So when I got the pizza back, there was probably only out of 3 slices left. So he goes like, nah, man, you bullshit me. Go ahead and clock out. You're done. So when I went to come and get my check, and this is back in the day when like direct deposit wasn't that big of a thing, and you got physical checks. When I went to go get my check, my coworkers were like, yeah, man, he said that you stole pizzas, and the reason he knew that you stole pizzas was because when you came back, you had breadcrumbs all over your shirt. Excuse me? Yeah, he said when you came back, you had breadcrumbs all over your shirt. I deliver pizzas all day. Of course, I'm going to have pizza residue on me at all times. So I just thought, I was like, wow, it wasn't eye-opening, but I'm like, how petty can you be if that's what you're getting out of this? And that's the reason that you fired me, was because I came back with pizza crumbs on my shirt. But whatever. So once again, we're coming on about 15 minutes. I really didn't want this to be long. I kind of just wanted to do a little test run, put this on the YouTube, see what people say. As you can see on top here, that is the username for the YouTube and my username for Instagram. Truth Mr. Cooper is YouTube. The _ inhuman _ panda is the Instagram handle. You can hit me up on both either of those. But like I mentioned, this the page is going to be. I think I have more of a way more legit setup than I had last time. Clearer picture, better. I just think it's going to be better than what I'm going to do. More mature topics, not just bullshit, not just me ranting. Even granted, I am ranting right now, but it is going to be more put together, more thorough than before. So if you do see this, comment, like, subscribe. Isn't that YouTube-ish? Isn't that what you got? Isn't that what you're supposed to say? Comment, like, subscribe, share. Isn't that? Yeah. Please do that. Right now we are sitting at 7 subscribers. Not that I'm trying to make any money off of this, but let's strive for 100 and go from there. The goal is to put out a video every day and just see where that takes me, see where that goes. But also as well, if you have videos, music videos on YouTube, something that you would like me to react to, I am up to that. Place it down in the comment section. Please like the video. At this time, this is True Mr. Cooper. Have a good day.